Hello, beautiful army of light here on earth. It's Shawna L. Francis. Today is September 11th, 2020. I've been meditating for a good hour and 10 minutes here prior to hitting the record button. Actually, I'm going to try to start doing my Grand Central Sun meditation in the mornings before this video to see how that goes, and that was a recommendation of my guides. It's interesting today. I'm feeling it's almost like a flatline peace. It's just a quiet, calm, deep peace. I'm feeling that today. In fact, I wasn't even sure I was connecting to the great or grand. I hear grand from my guides, Grand Central Sun energy. I just have to trust that this is the right energy frequency for me today for whatever reason. It feels lovely. We're still quite in the middle of this fire, all these fires that are burning here in the Pacific Northwest, all up and down the West Coast. Today the sky is a eerie dark orange. Can't see the sun at all, very smoky outside. I guess this smoke is blown in from California. So again, wishing everybody, safety. Don't breathe the smoke. Hope everybody is safe out there and away from the fires. So let's see, last night I hardly ever watch movies, but I did have some time and it sounded interesting. So I popped the TV on and I watched First Contact. And this is a movie put out by Darryl Anka, who channels Bashar. And it was very well done, very well done. So Darryl has movie making, kind of producing, directing in his background. And I believe he produced and directed this show, and it was wonderful. All about his journey with channeling with Bashar. And I love Bashar. So if you haven't watched any of those videos of Darryl channeling Bashar, please do. I've spoken to Bashar probably, 6 or 7 times in the last 4 or 5 months. He came in around the time I started working with the Pleiadians. and he's incredible, very funny, very wise. And according to Darryl Anka in this movie, he's like a human hybrid race, from a human hybrid race. Fascinating stuff, you guys. Welcome to the new normal. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get quiet and bring in the Galactic Federation of Light. I channeled the Galactic Federation of Light along with some other highly evolved beings. And the Federation is very interested in speaking to all of us about the ascension. So this planet and all of its inhabitants are going to be moving to the 5th dimension. We are occupying kind of more of a 3rd dimensional reality right now. So our vibration here on Earth is speeding up. This is also causing us as humans here to kind of awaken. These intense energies coming to the planet, just where we're at in terms of our evolution as a species, as individuals, as souls. So we are awakening to the fact that we are experiencing here kind of a grand illusion for our soul's evolution. This isn't all there is in existence, right? There's got to be more. Well, there's a lot more. We can't be the only intelligent species here in existence. Well, we're not. So this is my journey as well, my awakening, me learning about the ascension. I'm learning along with all of you. There's a lot to this, and frankly, it's just really hard to grasp sometimes and to believe what these guides are saying. And it's not just my guides and our guides, but it's many higher beings of light that are coming here telepathically, channeling messages. It's pretty incredible what's going on. I'm very happy to be a part of it. I'm honored and I'm humbled. So thanks for watching. I'll get quiet and we'll see what the Galactic Federation of Light would like to talk about today. Hello, beautiful beings of light here on earth. We are honored and most humbled to be speaking with you today. As Shawna mentioned, this is a momentous transformation that Mother Earth and all of humanity is going through right now. We understand that these concepts of ascension, multidimensionality, living beyond the veil, understanding this illusion, it's a big pill to swallow for many of you. But believe it or not, many of you have come to this planet just for this one very reason, to help with this ascension. Your appointed leaders are not going to be talking to you about the ascension, about this transformation. This is a leaderless movement. This is grassroots. It is organic. This movement will be led by the people, for the betterment of all, for the betterment of Mother Earth, and quite frankly, for the benefit of all of existence. Believe it or not, what's happening here on Earth, what's going on here is unprecedented. It is enormous in terms of the impact that this transformation will have on this plane of existence and other planes of existence. This is important. And you are important. You are important to its unfolding, to its reality, to its seeing itself through. We higher beings of light are banding together with humanity at this time to help usher in a new reality here, a new paradigm. This new paradigm hasn't been experienced here on Earth. What this involves and what it entails is that a massive leap in evolutionary consciousness is achieved, with humanity making that leap while still in embodiment. Most times in the history of massive evolutionary leaps such as this, the body must be shed in order for the soul to make this kind of a transformation, this kind of a leap further along in their evolution. So we're talking about a third dimensional reality, a stepping stone with the fourth dimensional reality, all the way to a fifth dimensional reality, which is quite a massive leap from the third dimension. Everything changes here in the fifth dimension from what you understand your consciousness to be, your reality to be. And my friends, again, we will say again, this is a beautiful, beautiful undertaking that you've taken on here. This undertaking is massive. It is beautiful, valiant. Let us again start by saying that everything you're doing, everything you're experiencing in your reality is your choice. This is such a key concept for humanity to understand right now, that you are in choice. Just because a certain way of life here has been around for generations after generations, just because everybody else is acting and behaving and thinking a certain way, doesn't mean that you must adopt that you must also feel and act and behave and think in those ways. That is just simply history. That is simply other people's choices, their conditioning. This does not have to be your choice. This is the choice you're being asked to make now. And the biggest choice that is in front of you for your consideration is the choice between love and fear. if you could imagine that all your emotions are going to fall into one of two buckets, love or fear. This includes confusion, lack, victimhood, regret, anger, vengeance, depression, lack of self-worth, judgment, despair. These all fall into the fear camp. One way or another, these quote-unquote negative emotions are based in fear. Now, in terms of love, what we'd say is, conceptually, it's easy for humanity to say, well, of course I am choosing love. Of course I am made from love. Of course we are all one. But then putting that into practice can be a bit more challenging. And that is okay, because many of you are making a beautiful effort toward understanding and embodying love at a very deep, deep level. We understand that as a concept, it's easy to understand, but it's much more difficult to put into action in your every waking moment. We're hoping to bring awareness to kind of those more ingrained ways of behavior that you're accustomed to, not only in yourself, but in others. There's kind of a group think that tends to happen here on this earth plane, where you are creating your identity based on the opinions, actions, and identities of others. Your norms have been created based on how others are acting or behaving or thinking. These then become the norms, and then this becomes the expectation, then this becomes your history, then this becomes how you decide to create your reality. And this is not something that is set in stone, my friends. These are choices you're making, even though it may not feel like a conscious choice. We're here to help enlighten you to this idea that you are in choice here. This is part of what we would say would be you being asleep. Not questioning these quote-unquote norms. Not questioning a reality that's based on conditioning, history, it hasn't been the norm that you embody love. It hasn't been the norm that you embrace your brothers and sisters. It hasn't been the norm that you are in non-judgment. More, the norm has been that you have been in duality, that you see yourself as being separate from others. You judge yourself in relationship to your fellows. You judge your self-worth based on what others might perceive you to be, their opinions of you, how they think of you. Can you set aside all of that? Go into your heart and understand who you are from a deeper perspective? Who you are at the core of yourself, within your soul? Omnipresent, multidimensional in nature, everlasting, made from love, of love, and one with everything. Truly, truly, this is who you are. We'd go so far as to say, can you be in non-judgment for those leaders who you are violently, vehemently opposed to? Can you be in acceptance of their journeys and the roles that they are playing right now? Is this something you can cross off your list in terms of something to be angry about, to be worried about, have anxiety about? Can you cross that off your list? Who are you when you aren't worried or angry or upset about what your leaders are doing? Who are you? What is your identity when you're not worried about what the other side is doing? When you stop identifying with one side or another side, one religion over another religion, one ideology over another ideology. Well, I must have this right. This is a much more enlightened way to be on this planet. I really have this figured out, and they certainly don't have it figured out. Are you identifying with that way of being in the world, with that reality? We ask that you stop and take a moment and breathe into your heart, into your throat chakra, into your third eye, and into your crown. And for a moment there, see the connectedness of all things. See everyone, everybody, on a spectrum of light to dark, dark to light. And knowing, just as you are on your own soul's path, learning your own lessons, that they are as well. Everybody is a beautiful soul of light, made from love, of love, omnipresent, multidimensional. Every single person on this planet is this as you are. It does no good to be holding somebody else in the dark because of their ideologies, because of the way they speak, they think, they carry themselves, the things they've done. And we are talking about the most nefarious people on your planet, from your judgment, from your standpoint, from your opinion. Can you detach yourself from those judgments and those labels? Can you detach yourself from self-judgment? Can you honor the paths of others and how they might fit into a broader picture here? If this truly is all an illusion, and you've been living behind a veil of truth, know that everybody is there as well, doing the best they can, given their soul's point in their evolution. Everybody's doing the best they can. This may not be your best. It may not be your path. It may not be what you would choose for yourself. It doesn't mean that you have to be in agreement with whatever other people are doing. Far from it. But there comes a time where you see this from a broader perspective and a much higher vantage point, where you can start to see that this is a rich tapestry of existence here, made from many different types of people, with many different belief systems, with many different backgrounds, ancestry, galactic or not galactic. Souls that are just on a different journey than you, experiencing their soul different from you. And this is absolutely beautiful. We'd like to end this transmission by saying that we honor each and every one of your paths. We honor each and every one of your decisions. We are one with each and every one of you. We extend our hands of love to each and every one of you. None of you fall outside of our grace. None of you fall outside of our love. Not one of you. You are all worthy of this, deserving of this, and made from this. We are your guides in light and love. And we are honored to serve you in this way. And with this, we thank you. Okay. Thank you, Galactic Federation of Light. Beautiful. Okay, everybody. Wishing you all the best.